Okay guys, grab a snack, grab a drink and settle in because this is it. This is the final update. I promised you I would tell you how this ends, and honestly, if I saw this in a movie, I would say it was bad writing. But this is my actual life. For those new here, my sister-in-law Karen destroyed my gingerbread house on Christmas, blamed it on a clumsy accident, and gaslit me. Then I found security camera footage proving she did it on purpose. When I showed the family, they still denied it, so I posted the video online. That is where we left off. I thought posting the video would just shut them up. I thought they would see the public comments and realize they were wrong. I was naive. Posting that video didn't silence them. It triggered what psychologists call an extinction burst. That's when a toxic person realizes they are losing control, so they go absolutely nuclear to get it back. Within 4 hours of that video going up on my Facebook, it had 400 shares. We live in a small town. Everyone knows everyone. People were commenting things like, "Wait, isn't she a nurse? She acts like this?" And I always knew she was jealous. Karen didn't just get embarrassed, she got exposed. At 8:00 p.m. that night, my phone stopped ringing. I thought, okay, maybe they gave up. Then my husband David's phone rang. It was his dad. His dad never calls. David put it on speaker. His dad didn't say hello. He just said, "You have destroyed this family. Your sister has been suspended from her job pending an investigation because people are emailing the video to her HR department. You need to take it down or you are dead to us." We didn't take it down. David, to his credit, told his dad, "She did this to herself. Actions have consequences." And he hung up. We thought that was the end of it. We locked the doors, turned on all the alarms, and went to bed. The next 3 days were a masterclass in harassment. It started with the wellness checks. You know, when someone calls the police and says they are worried you might hurt yourself, so the cops have to come knock on your door. We had 3 police visits in 24 hours. Imagine trying to work from home and uniformed officers keep banging on your door because your sister-in-law called in an anonymous tip that there was domestic violence happening at our address. It was humiliating. We had to explain the situation to the officers every time. But then it moved from annoying to dangerous. I went out to my car on Tuesday morning. I was heading to the grocery store. I get in, start the engine, and my low tire pressure light comes on instantly. I get out to look. All 4 tires, not just flat, slashed, big, jagged cuts in the sidewalls. And on my windshield, written in red lipstick, which, by the way, is incredibly hard to get off, was one word: liar. I stood there in the driveway, shaking. This wasn't just family drama anymore. This was criminal mischief. This was stalking. I called David. He came home from work immediately. We pulled the footage from the driveway camera. Guess who? It was 3 a.m. A figure in a hoodie walks up. You can't see the face clearly, but you can see the walk, and you can see the car she parked down the street. It was Karen's SUV. We didn't call the in-laws, we called the police. The police took a report. They saw the footage. They took photos of the lipstick. Because it was domestic related and there was a pattern of harassment, they granted us an emergency temporary restraining order, an EPO. Basically, Karen cannot come within 500 feet of us, our house, or our jobs. If she does, she goes to jail. We felt a little safer. We thought, okay, legal paper, this stops now. The next day, there's a knock at the door. I flinch. I check the camera. It's not Karen, it's my mother-in-law. Now the restraining order is only against Karen. Legally, the mom can be there. David opens the door but doesn't let her in. He stands on the porch. I'm listening from the hallway. She looks old. She looks tired. She's holding an envelope. She says, "David, please, she's your sister. She's having a breakdown. She's not herself." David says, "She slashed my wife's tires, Mom. She's dangerous." Then she holds out the envelope. She says, "I know about the deductible. I know the tires are expensive. Here." David opens the envelope. It's a check for $5,000. She says, "Take the money, fix the car, take the video down, drop the restraining order. We can just go back to how it was." I stepped out onto the porch then. I couldn't help myself. I looked at her and said, "You think you can buy us? You think $5,000 fixes the fact that your daughter is terrorizing us?" She looked at me with cold, dead eyes and said, "You are ruining her life over a cookie. You are a vindictive little girl." David tore the check in half, right in front of her face. He threw the pieces in the flower pot and said, "Get off my property. If you come back, I'm getting a restraining order against you too." She left, but as she walked away, she screamed, "You'll regret this!" That was Wednesday. Thursday was quiet. Friday night, 11:30 p.m, we are watching TV, the lights are off. Suddenly, bam, bam, bam. Someone is kicking the front door. Not knocking, kicking. Our dog goes berserk. We check the camera app on the TV, it's Karen, and she is clearly intoxicated. She is screaming at the doorbell camera. Come out, you cowards. I know you're in there." She has a landscaping rock in her hand, a big one from our garden. David yells, "Call 911. I'm on the phone with dispatch. My sister-in-law is here. We have a restraining order. She has a weapon. She's trying to break the door down." While I'm on the phone, we hear glass shatter. She threw the rock through the living room window, the same window where the Christmas tree used to be. Wind and glass are blowing into the house. She's trying to climb through the broken window. David grabs a baseball bat. He played college ball, he knows how to use it, and stands by the window yelling, "If you come in here, I will defend myself." He kept her at bay for 3 minutes. It felt like 3 hours. Then, blue lights. 3 squad cars swarmed the lawn. We watched from the hallway. They tackled her. Literally tackled her on the front lawn because she tried to swing at an officer. We heard the cuffs click. We heard them read her rights. We had to go outside to give a statement, seeing her in the back of that cruiser, mascara running down her face, screaming obscenities at her own brother. It didn't feel like a victory, it just felt tragic. She was arrested for violation of a restraining order, destruction of property, resisting arrest, and public intoxication. She spent the weekend in jail because it was a Friday night and no judge was available for bail until Monday. That was 2 weeks ago. Here is the current situation. Karen is out on bail. Her parents posted it. Of course they did. But the charges are sticking. The district attorney is not dropping them because she assaulted an officer during the arrest. This isn't a family dispute anymore. It's the state versus Karen. She lost her job. You can't be a nurse with violent felony charges pending. David and I have been granted a permanent restraining order for 3 years. As for his parents, we are fully no contact. We blocked their numbers, we blocked their emails. We returned their Christmas gifts unopened. David is grieving. I think that's the right word. He's grieving the family he thought he had. He's in therapy now, realizing that his sister was the golden child and he was the scapegoat his whole life, and his parents enabled her monster behavior. The tires are fixed. The window is fixed. The gingerbread house, well, that's gone. I wanted to share this story not just for the drama, but as a warning. When people show you who they are, believe them. I spent 5 years trying to please these people. I baked, I hosted, I smiled when they insulted me. I thought if I was just good enough, they would love me. But you cannot make toxic people love you. You can only make them envy you. And envy turns into destruction. If you are dealing with a Karen or a toxic mother-in-law or a family that gaslights you, get cameras, keep receipts, and do not be afraid to be the bad guy to protect your peace. I'd rather be the villain in their story than a victim in mine. We are going to be okay. It's going to be a quiet year for us. No big parties, just me, David, and the dog, and honestly, that sounds like the best gift I could ask for. Thank you for following this insanity. If you've ever had to cut off family, tell me your success story in the comments. I really need to read some happy endings right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go take a nap. Bye guys.